This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. With a new year may come new windows or doors, and you can currently get $400 off every window and $800 off every door at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania from now through January 31st. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals for more information. Executives of a nonprofit have been accused of misappropriating millions in funds. Meanwhile, the state launches the first ever Human Trafficking Section. If you see a turkey, let a commission know. Also, here's a peep at some new treats. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Community Council Health Systems is a publicly funded nonprofit in Philadelphia that provides mental health care and drug treatments to low-income adults and youths, reports the Philadelphia Inquirer. But according to an internal investigation, executives of the $12 million nonprofit spent about $5 million on things like travel, art, golf, and questionable contracts awarded to a maintenance company owned by the nonprofit's leaders. Oh, and nearly $85,000 on Sixers tickets. For years, too, publicly filed tax returns and audits show the nonprofit as being in financial distress and heavily implied the potential for fraud, with one executive allegedly using the company as his own, quote, personal piggy bank. However, after the nonprofit's chief executive, Joseph Watkins, commissioned an investigation and reported his concerns to the state attorney general's office, the only thing that happened was that he was fired as president and that the state AG agreed not to hold board members, Chuck Grant and Tammy Worsley, liable after accusing them of violating the law and failing to prevent improper spending. Grant and Worsley did resign, but were still able to elect their successor. Writes the Inquirer, quote, the extravagant spending raises larger questions about oversight of the network of mental health and drug treatment nonprofits that collect more than $1 billion of federal healthcare funding in Philadelphia every year. The state attorney general's office has launched its first ever Human Trafficking Section, reports Fox 43. This was formed to address and bolster statewide efforts to efficiently investigate and prosecute human trafficking cases. Also, to make it easier for victims to get assistance. The section will be headed by Chief Deputy Attorney General Heather Castellino and will take a multidisciplinary approach to tackling human trafficking within Pennsylvania, including collaborations with local cops as well as state and federal agencies. If you see a flock of turkeys, let the State Game Commission know, states PennLive. The commission will be launching its annual turkey survey on Monday as a way to trap and ban Pennsylvania's turkey population for monitoring. The survey will be open through March 15th. Peeps has some new treats in store, announces 6ABC. The Bethlehem-based company is planning on releasing 4 new flavors of their marshmallow chicks and bunnies this Easter. Some are even collaborations with other brands like Rice Krispies. These flavors include fruit punch, sour watermelon, and cotton candy. My teeth are hurting just thinking about it. Happy Friday! Just as a heads up, since Monday's a holiday, we won't have an episode until Tuesday. And with that, I'm Claudia Dimuro. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you Tuesday to start off another week of Today in PA. This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. With a new year may come new windows or doors, and you can currently get $400 off every window and $800 off every door at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania from now through January 31st. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals for more information.